My name is Billy O'Callaghan. I'm the manager of the Cork Academy of Music, which is located in the North Monastery campus in the north side of Cork City. It's an organisation that was founded by a gentleman by the name of Bob Seward, who's acting in a very voluntary capacity ever since its origins back in 1994. It was originally set up. I think the original concept was that it was to improve the standards of people performing in hotels and bands at the time in terms of their dress sense, in terms of how they presented themselves on stage, and a model of community education through community employment scheme at the time was formulated, where the musicians were brought in, or people that were unemployed at the time, and trained in the discipline of music. They were taught music theory. They done accredited exams with accreditation colleges from London, such as the Associated Boards of the Royal Schools of Music and Trinity College London. They were giving performance skills, instrumental lessons to upskill their existing musical skills, and it also provided opportunities for people with no music skills to access music, to access the music industry, where they may not have had an opportunity to do so previously in their youth, or they maybe couldn't afford lessons, maybe they were never directed in that musical direction. And I think within 12 months, I think there were 7 people on that scheme, which was set up for people that were unemployed, got places at a foundation and access course in Leeds College of Music. Because going from unemployment to third level music courses in Cork was not possible at the time, so that kind of broke down a barrier at that time. And I think the Academy has evolved from that initial success. It evolved catering for different age groups. By 2009 it started catering for teenagers, early school leavers, very successfully so with a project that was run up in Knocknaheeny in the north side, a disadvantaged area of Cork City. And that was further developed again in 2012 with Music Generation Cork City, which placed music programs in outreach in primary schools and secondary community hub locations in disadvantaged areas of Cork City, where with the Academy's provision, with having involved around 700 children having now access to musical instruments, musical training from professional tutors and that. A diverse range of students who would access the training programs. You might have somebody, for instance, who has been active in the music industry that might not be able to read music, for instance. They might not have got any formal training in their formative years on their instruments, but they've been working away. Some of those students would come in, they'd get upskilled in their practical skills, their theoretical, taught how to read with music theory and that, and general performance skills, ensembles, oral training, and that would be one cohort of student. Other students come in to try it out, maybe they didn't have access to it in their youth, and some of those thankfully discover after a very short period of time that they have skills to take something up that they never, and surprise themselves. In fact, some of them, many of them over the years have went on to third level education and completed music degrees and master's degrees as a result of that. And on the other side of it, you have other students coming in that they might be coming in with low self-esteem, find themselves unemployed, they might have mental health challenges, going through difficult periods in their lives. And we would use the music as a tool for social inclusion to kind of bring along that kind of discipline of learning music, social engagement that would take place during the day in the classroom. There's as much learned in the canteen at the tea break as there is in the classroom, because people support each other, and it creates that wonderful dynamic learning space, which has proved successful over a very long period of time. So you have different backgrounds and at times the same outcomes with success in third level. And in other cases, people just go back to their lives and they come out of it in a better place.